Assalamualaikum and hi, I will explain about the definition of just-in-time. Just-in-time is an inventory strategy used by the manufacturer to minimize inventory and increase efficiency by saving goods simply because they need them for the production process. This strategy required the manufacturer to forecast demand accurately. Just-in-time avoid the waste associated with overproduction, waiting for materials, and holding excess inventory. The manufacturer will have better level of control over its entire manufacturing process and make it easier to respond quickly when the customer needs change. I will give you an example on how just-in-time work on car manufacturing. A car manufacturer, they operate with a low level of inventory but relies heavily on its supply chain to deliver the parts or the components need to build a car. The manufacturer order the part or component need to assemble the car only after the order of the car is received. The success of just-in-time production process relies on steady production, high quality workmanship, no machine breakdown, and reliable suppliers.
These are the advantages of just-in-time inventory system. The first one is pull method. Pull method is where products are pulled from the upstream process to the next downstream process at the correct time with correct quantity. Pull method contributes smooth production as the product will produce only as they are needed for the next stage. The second advantage is less space needed. Since the raw materials are purchased as the required quantity, there will be less warehouse or storage space needed to store goods. The third advantage is a healthy cash flow. Just-in-time inventory system does not require a huge amount of raw material purchase and only order stock when needed. This will reduce the unnecessary cash outflows and able to maintain a healthy cash flows.
These are the disadvantages of just-in-time inventory management. The first one is risk of running out of stock. By not carrying much stock, it is important to have the correct procedure to ensure stock can become readily available. This situation gives negative impact to a company because cannot fulfill customers' orders in time. Second is lack of control over the time frame. Having to rely on the timelessness of suppliers for each order, it puts the company at risk of delaying customers' goods. If unable to meet consumer expectations, consumers might take their business somewhere else. Lastly, it required more planning. Just-in-time inventory management required companies to understand their sales trend in close details. Many companies have seasonal sales period, meaning that the number of products will need a higher stock level to match with the consumer's demand. Therefore, companies must have further planning to ensure that their suppliers are able to fulfill the requirement.
For examples, Apple. Apple keeps as little inventory on hand as possible. By lowering the amount of stock on hand, Apple carries a lower risk of overstocking and choking up that stock in its warehouse. Second, Xiaomi. Similar to Apple also, Xiaomi manage a small inventory by releasing limited quantity of its mobile phone per week. The downside of this approach is that eager buyer needs to wait for the product to reach store, resulting in possible to revenue loss. But still Xiaomi benefits from keeping costs down and eliminating waste. Third, Kellogg's. Mostly Kellogg's product perishable goods, so they use just-in-time inventory management method as an effective stock management system. Kellogg's makes sure that just enough products are made to fulfill orders and limited stock is kept on hand. The last one is Zara. If a certain style or design became popular, Zara responds quickly by developing new design and placing them in store while the trend is still on the rise, meeting seasonal demand and taking advantage of shifting consumer tastes. Thank you.